Are all immigrants equal? I'm going to play a clip of Royce and Mersh on this subject, where they discuss the fascinating topic of Cubans versus Mexicans. And don't get me wrong, I'm not pushing for the ethnic cleansing of white people. What I advocate for is a policy of zero immigration for America. And as some of you know, my mommy is an immigrant from the Philippines. And if I would have been born just a few months earlier, I would have been one too. But as it is, I'm just another anchor baby. Anyways, I'm going to talk about these topics some more in another video. So here's the clip.
But, and I'll say this, you say what you want, unlike what happened in California when they give citizenship to all the Mexicans, which turned out state blue, Cubans still vote right-wing, man.
Yeah, well, because Mexicans are retarded. And Mexicans also didn't undergo an actual, in real-time socialist revolution in their country. So
Communist
it's not...
revolution, yeah.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
but like, they didn't watch it in a fucking microcosm within 5 years and go, Jesus Christ, wow, it gets bad fast. And also, Mexicans don't come here to really, essentially, to build anything.
Well, they build
just
homes. They all
for
work
other people.
construction.
But
for other people, yeah.
They don't come here to build and contribute. Cubans come here and they're like, "That's it. I'm American now. I'm buying a Ford. I'm buying a Chrysler. You know what I mean? I'm doing everything American. I'm eating hamburgers every goddamn night." Mexicans come here and they just send money back to their country. So they're always looking for more, like, well, how do I get more handouts? How do I get more, you know what I mean? Like, how do I get more welfare so I can cash those checks so I can send them back to Mexico? Cubans don't do that. Cubans are like, no, I'm trying to keep my money here. If anything, those pricks that still live in Cuba need to be sending me money. I'll get them set up here.
Cubans have better food, and I'll fight the Mexicans. I'll fight you on that. But besides that, I've always said this, and I use my grandfather as an example. You know, my grandfather, I've said it has kind of the Tony Montana background. He really does, and this is true. He when he came here from Cuba, he lived in New Jersey, and he washed dishes at a fucking restaurant. Like, I know it's not Scarface. It's before Scarface. He did that, and then he moved to South Florida, went to school, got his HVAC license, started his own pretty successful air conditioning company, and did it his own. The difference between, I talked about this a little bit today, but like the difference between, for example, a lot of Mexicans, and not all of them, but a lot of Mexicans and Cubans, is that when Cubans come here, my grandfather wears his MAGA hat, American flag on his car, very patriotic, loves the United States of America, loves everything, defends the United States of America to fucking to no end. Mexicans come here and they just turn where they live into Mexico. Mm-hmm. You know, it's still Mexican flags, still, you know, La Raza and stuff like that. Put it to you this way, and this might be a little specific, but when it comes to Cubans, like there's a large population of Cubans, like, you know, my parents and my grandparents, for example, they won't go back to Cuba. Even now that it's easier to visit, they said they won't go back. They love their heritage, don't get me wrong. You know, they understand, they love Cuban food, all that, but they won't go back because they if you ask them why, and it happens all the time, you know, people
Probably think it's a trap.
Well, not even a trap. Well, that's part of it, but they could go back. If you're American citizenship, they can't take it away from you and make you stay in Cuba. But they go, I'm not going to go there and give money because any money you give to them goes back to the fucking commie government. It's all it does. And my grandfather said it a million times. He goes, I don't want to go there because now I'm an American citizen. If I go to Cuba, I got to stay at a nice hotel. I got to have Wi-Fi. I got to eat, you know, at the cool restaurants and all the cool hot spots. And he goes, you know, my sister who lives there couldn't come there, has to fucking live like shit. She gets hot water twice a week. The only time she can use internet is when she's at her job at a hospital. And it's, you know, it's like, I don't want to give any money to that. And there's a lot of people that feel that way, where, you know, the other way around is like, you know, Mexicans come here, anytime they become citizens, they want to go back, they go back immediately. You know, they stay there as long as they can and then come back and get, you know, welfare from here and send it back. And I would like to see a percentage of other Hispanic nationalities are on welfare versus Cubans. I wonder if there's a disparity. I mean, maybe I'm wrong.
There is, and it's not even because of the difference in cultures. It's not because of like, oh, well, one's Mexican and one's Cuban. The Mexican government spends a lot of money and time and energy literally advertising how to go to the U.S., how to take advantage of our welfare system, and how to send money back. They have a program, Royce. The Mexican government will train you how to come here and be a parasite and send money back to their country. They have a I don't think Cuba has that program. Like, I'm sure there's people in Cuba that kind of share information and stuff, but the Mexican well, it's not officially the Mexican government, but it's the Mexican government that put this program together, and they tell Mexicans, here's where you go. You can go here. If you go to California, you can apply for this. You can get a job here. You can stand out here and get a job. Here's the coyotes to use. And then when you get here, you start sending money back. I don't think Cuba has that, to be honest. I might be wrong. I think Cuba might.
I mean, I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you. I don't know, but I will say this at least. You know, my grandfather came here and he learned to speak English. Like he immediately learned to speak English, and he's the same. You ask him directly, and he'll tell you, "This is America. You know, you have to speak English here," and he doesn't get mad about people saying that. And it's just
yeah, he always makes fun of me in English.
He does.
So that's, you know, he has enough respect to go, look, if I'm gonna make fun of this prick, he's got to understand what I'm saying, so it hurts extra. What did he say last year? One of the Thanksgiving, I was wearing I think I was wearing a dress coat. I wasn't even dressed nice. I was literally wearing a t-shirt and I think khakis and like a blue dress jacket. And I walked in and your grandfather's like, "Oh, so what, are you the president now?" I was like, "Well, no, I just was trying to dress nice. You invited me. I wanted to be a nice guy." And then all night it was just, and then I kept going out to smoke, and he'd be like, "Oh man, you smoking again already? You should keep smoking." And I was like, "I can do what I want. I'm the president."